At the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to make your first $1,000 profit selling name brand products on Amazon. This is the exact method that I started my $5 million Amazon reselling business with, so please steal this. Not going to sit here beating around the bush. Let's jump into it. If you find this valuable at all, please hit the subscribe button if you want to help me out a little bit. And the way your Amazon business is going to start is by selling name brand products like this one right here. So this is just a random example of a profitable product that I found that we can sell on Amazon. You can see on SellerAmp, which is the first product research tool that you're going to need. It sells for about $23. When I found this item on a different website, I saw I could buy these for $11.50 each. And so if I plug that into SellerAmp, that shows me that I'm going to make about $3.50 every single time this sells, and it sells about 90 times a month. And obviously you're not going to get rich selling this one single product a couple times a day, making a few dollars at a time, but it seriously compounds when we can use products like this to find a ton more winning items. So I want to show you exactly how I do that. And I'm going to start by using the SellerAmp offers tab. And the reason for this is since a bunch of other sellers on this listing have already done the work, they've already said, hey, this item sells well on Amazon, I know exactly where to find it, the chances that they have other items in their stores that also sell pretty well are probably going to be pretty high. So let's go ahead and open up one of these storefronts here, and we can start to get some ideas for what products we can sell, what brands we can sell on Amazon, and hopefully we can use some of their product ideas to also sell that exact same product, right? So let's just go ahead and start down the list here. Generally, the SellerAmp storefront view is going to sort by how fast these items sell. So as I go down the list here, it's typically going to show me slower and slower selling items, which is great. I want to start with the fastest selling items. And so let's just go down the list here and figure out if we can find some profitable products based on the stuff they've already found. So let's take this for example. It is selling for $43 on Amazon. I also see that Amazon is currently on this listing. Typically, I don't like to compete on products where Amazon is also a seller, and we would need to buy this for about $20 for us to be profitable. So this max cost is something that SellerAmp calculates for me, and it shows me, hey, if you buy this item for that cost or less, you're going to make your ideal profit, which in my case is about 30% ROI and a minimum of $3 profit. So in this case, I doubt we're getting 72 of these for 20 bucks, but we can just go ahead and hit the Google button right there, and that's going to show me the search results. And so I can see, yeah, a lot of the like 96 count seem like they're around 38 bucks or so, and we needed them for 20 for 72. So maybe we could dig and find some stuff. I'm just not super confident that we're going to. And so that's really the name of the game, right? Is just take a quick look, see where generally pricing is hanging out at, and if it seems a little bit reasonable, dive in, see if we can find some coupons, that kind of stuff. So let's just keep going down the list. So this brand right here, never heard of it before. Doesn't matter. If the data looks good, we can still make profit selling this item. And let's see. So we got 8 ounces of this selling for 16 bucks. Seems like a lot of these are 5 or so. So that's like a 2 ounce. 8 ounce right there is like 11.84. A good rule of thumb that I'll introduce you guys to as well is if you can find an item for about half of what you're going to sell it for on Amazon, that tends to give you the ideal profit that you like looking for. And so in this case, it's also telling me that I need to buy this for about $6 or less to make my ideal profit. I'm seeing a lot of these around 10 or so. If we were a little bit closer, usually it's fairly easy to find a 10 to 20% off coupon code, and I'll dig in further. In that case, I'm not seeing that. Let's go ahead and pop open a couple more of these listings here, and we're going to find something. So let's just keep going down. So let's see, Matt About Hugh, is that what we were looking at? Yeah, so it's 35 on Amazon and it's 35 at the source. You could see sometimes there'll be like a buy one, get one free sale listed at the top or something like that. Not seeing that here in this case. These are, let's see, some kind of replacement keys or something. So you can get a lot more kind of pricing displayed all at once here. And let's see. So actually these could be $2 each. Those could be interesting. Like I said, you'll end up looking at all kinds of interesting stuff when you're selling on Amazon. Okay, so 10% off, we can get that right there. We would just punch in our email right there and we can get 10% off. So we're actually paying $1.80 for those. That actually could be close. So let's see, $1.80. We can do some math in SellerAmp here. So times 4, because we need 4 of them. And this is actually profitable. So that's pretty cool to see right off the bat there. I also want to see how consistent that pricing is. And it actually looks like this price is as low as it's been for a while. So usually if I look at an item and the price is way higher than normal, it seems a little bit risky. Maybe the price will drop back down to where it was. The fact that it's pretty low right now means that basically my worst case scenario is the current profit that I have right now. So that makes me think that I can probably take a shot on this product right here. And so here in this example, since it is a multi-pack, let's also make sure there's like a number on it. Make sure it's the same thing. Looks all the same to me. And since we are relying on that coupon code that pops up when we were on the website, we can also go ahead and, so yeah, right down here, I'll show you guys a cool email trick here. Let's say your name is jane@gmail.com. You could punch that in, you get that email code right away, right? But since this deal we're buying here is reliant on this 10% off code, we can actually make these over and over again just through Gmail. We can just add a plus and then whatever you want. I'll just like spam the keyboard usually, and that's going to redirect to whatever's before it. A little bit complicated there. Hopefully that makes sense, but it keeps you from having to make a ton of new email addresses. And then that way the email system thinks it's a new email, but Gmail knows to redirect it back to that same email that is actually our real email address. address. So don't think that you can't use this code over and over again. This would be something that you could, probably replenish on that right there. And so that's super cool. So we found a profitable item right there. I also want to figure out how many of these we would want to buy. And we can usually figure that out by number one, looking at how much competition we have. So I'm seeing, let's see, we got 4 other FBA sellers. And then let's see, probably 3 more that are probably a couple cents higher. So those are going to be probably 7 competitors that we have on this listing. So we're not going to be selling a ton of these. I would assume we'll probably sell 10 to 15 of them based on the estimated sales right there. I'd probably go ahead and test order 40 of these right there because we're going to throw them in a nice bag and ship those off to Amazon. So we'll just go ahead and test 10 total units of that product. But right there, we made 30 bucks in profit. So let's go ahead and keep chugging on along here and see if we can find any more profit. So let's pop open some of these right here. Let's see, what are these going for? A lot of those are like 27 at their website. You can see that right there, or 28 basically. These are selling for 36. Another thing that's interesting to look at is sometimes products will be very holiday friendly. The Keepa chart down here, that's the other paid research tool that you'll need to find products. It's showing that it didn't even exist last December. So sometimes I like to look and see, did this product, was it really giftable last Christmas? Right now I'm stocking up on items for Christmas. In this case, I'm not able to check. Let's see, so 28 bucks. I also use a free coupon extension called Capital One Shopping to potentially find some coupons for me. I saw a bunch on there. And just because I think, let's see, so 28 times 0.80, because that would be a 20% off. Yeah, so even if one of those like 20% codes that were shown there were working, it wouldn't really be good enough on ROI for my taste. So let's just go ahead and looking for some other stuff here. So let's see, this is, so you see how that price has been dropping a lot recently? Usually when I see that, it means that the item probably might have been profitable at that old price, and then it dropped down to a price that isn't profitable anymore. Probably going to skip that. Another good thing to just keep in mind, and you'll get more and more used to this as you find more products, is that you're just trying to find items for this cost right here. And in this case, I doubt we're going to find this for $5 just based on what I've seen before, but I would love to be wrong. So let's just go ahead and do a quick check. So beige, 7 ounce or 0.7 ounce right there. Let's see. So iHerb might have these for 6. I don't see that color on there. Seems like Walmart might have them as well. Let's see. A lot of those are higher. I'm also just not seeing that color at all either. A lot of these are like $7 as well. We need them for 5. So we need a really good coupon. Maybe I'm missing out there and you guys are knowing something that I don't there. I'm going to probably go ahead and skip that. Let's see this Peltex. I've never even heard of that. I want to check that out. Soshi right there. I'll check that out as well. See if we can find anything good off that. And sweet. So these are, what is it? Like some kind of fabric or something. I don't even know what we're looking at, but if the data looks good, we will buy them. Lots of new sellers hopping on this recently. So you do have a lot of competition. If it's profitable, it could be worth checking out. Let's dig a little bit deeper. Let's see, times 1 yard. I think we had 2 yards on here. Okay. So this is a 2-pack. Yeah. So we'd actually need 2 of these. And yeah, so remember when I was talking about how a lot of times you see a price was hanging out there for a while and then it starts dropping. That was probably the profitable price to source these from Walmart. So yeah, if we get these for, we're getting this for $9 for 2 of them. Yeah, exactly. So that meets all the standards we're looking for. The problem with buying a lot of products from Walmart or retail price and that kind of stuff, when you're not using like that coupon we found earlier or a limited time sale, that kind of thing, is it just gets really easy for other people to copy that kind of product idea and it just becomes too easy to find. And that's exactly what happened here in this case. Walmart didn't really run coupon sales, that kind of thing. And in this case, the people who hopped on this listing probably weren't thinking about that too much. And I bet there's a lot of like new sellers that hopped on that as well. So just make sure when you're sourcing, try to find some kind of coupon code, that kind of thing that will make it a little bit more interesting. So let's see on this. Okay, it says unknown BSR. So when it says unknown BSR right there, that's basically the sales rank. There's some kind of glitch with Keepa. Yeah, so there's a Keepa glitch right there. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's not selling. And a lot of people might be afraid of these products. And I actually like this because I think it's actually profitable as well. So let's open this up. Sweet. So these eyeliner pencils right here. And let's see, make sure those are the same thing. It's got the brand name right there. I wasn't sure if it was like this brand here. It's probably, this site just must be like a beauty retailer, that kind of thing. And 20% off everything. The sale ends at a certain time period. So compared to that Walmart lead, there's actually a reason why this item should stay profitable in the long run. See, this burgundy color is in stock at $13.60. So let's plug that in. So nice. We're making $7.60 profit each of these right here. I'm also seeing down here on Keepa, even though there's no sales rank and the data is a little bit glitched here, I see how the new offer count has been dropping a lot recently, which obviously if the new offer count's dropping, that means that people are selling the product. And we can also see like back here when the sales rank did exist, there was a good amount of sales going on. Whenever you see lots of like drops going on in this sales rank chart, that means it's selling decently well. And that was paired with new seller drops. I have to assume that these sales are doing the exact same thing where they're increasing a little bit, and we're definitely gonna be able to find a customer on these. So yeah, we can actually get $7.60 profit on this right here. And just because it's a little bit harder to know exactly how much of these are selling, I would probably just go ahead and place a 10 to 20 unit test order on something like this. And by the way, I'll show you guys how to get ungated to sell these brands if you're worried about that. And we'll also talk about how to actually list these and make sales on these items as fast as possible. But let's see if we can find maybe another profitable product, because once once we find a profitable product, usually you can just end up down an infinite rabbit hole of finding tons more profitable items. So I'm curious if we can find a seller who's found another one of this brand right here, probably on the same sale. We know exactly where they're sourcing this certain brand from. Let's see if any of these sellers have a lot of that kind of cosmetics brand. So I'm just opening it and I'm looking right here on the brands list. I'm looking for that Soshi right there. So it's sweet. They only have one of them. I'm just gonna open up a few of these here and see if any of these sellers have done some sourcing to find basically other items in that brand. And so cool, here's a quick example, right? So what did we come from? We came from the Lovesick color. Looks like they found a different color that's also profitable as well. Let's check this one out. So sweet. These are 26. What were we buying these for again? I think we were buying these for $13.60. Same exact story where, yeah, perfect. So you see that the new seller count decreasing. Yeah, for some reason the sales rank got a little bit messed up on these. It's like an Amazon data glitch, something like that. But we can still make $5 profit each on those. I probably place another 10 to 20 unit test order there. And so sweet. We've already found 3 profitable products here. I've been recording for about 15 minutes or so. And that up within that 15 minutes, even if we only sold 10 of each of these little eyeliners here, sold those keys as well, we're up to about 120, 150 bucks in profit as well. And also we know these are profitable already, but make sure you're doing everything possible to increase as much bonus money as you possibly can. One way you can do that is through cash back. So I'm going to make sure that we're getting as much cash back as possible, going to cashbackmonitor.com. It's a free website. I'm going to go ahead and plug in that website there. And then this is going to show me different cashback providers that if I just check out through their little Chrome extension or through their website or whatever, it's pretty simple. I'm going to get X% in cash back. So for example, top cashback is 5%. Price.com, I can get a 7.5, might be like a new, special rate for new user. So yeah, I'd rely on getting 6 or 5% cash back on that. Another great thing you can take advantage of is discounted gift cards. Like I was talking about, like it's all about going the extra mile, taking as many extra steps as possible to dig for profit. So I don't know if there's any discounted gift cards on that website here. Usually I'll check cardbear.com, but let's say we're buying some makeup from Ulta or something like that. We could go ahead and search for that. And you can see it shows you a lot of different websites that you can actually buy those gift cards from. This is one of my favorites right here, being GCX. And yeah, so you can see like we can buy a $500 gift card for $440. So right away at checkout, instead of like the credit card number, you just punch in the discounted gift card number. It does the exact same thing, except now you've made 11% extra bonus margin on that. Just one of those things that takes not really that much extra work. And a lot of times you can actually make items that are like okay or not even buyable into very good items. And a lot of people just aren't taking that extra step. So definitely be thinking about ways to increase those margins. And so when it comes to actually selling these items on Amazon, I want to show you the full process of how we can actually make sales on these, because a lot of beginners, they get tripped up on the concept of ungating and then actually making sales as fast as possible. So on this, for example, if we want to see if we're actually allowed to sell this product, you would go to Amazon Seller Central, go up here to the top left, go to catalog, add products. And then for this example, I just typed in one of these eyeliners we were looking at here. And so for me, I've never sold this brand before, but I was able to get the beauty category ungated already. And so now I can just go in here and say new, sell this product, and I can immediately list this product. Something that I know I'm not ungated in, DeWalt tools or something like that. If I go over here and say apply to sell, that means I can't list it right now, but I'm able to get ungated in that brand. And basically all we need to do to get this ungating is go ahead and go to this request approval button, and then we'll go ahead and submit an invoice to this right here where it says to drop our files. And all we need to do to get that invoice is go back to wherever we found it profitably. Make sure you buy at least 10 units. That is one of Amazon's requirements here. So you combine purchase of up to 10 units. Make sure that you ship it to the address that's on your Amazon seller account, which should probably be your house or something like that already. And then once you actually buy these items and you get that order confirmation and the tracking information, combine that into a PDF and submit it to Amazon right here. If you do get any denials, just go ahead and submit it again. Not uncommon for Amazon to deny an ungating request. They're just trying to make sure that everyone on Amazon selling legit stuff. And for my personal business and tons of my friends who sell on Amazon, we use retail receipts from products online all the time. I know there's a lot of people talking about how it doesn't work. Trust me, I've been selling on Amazon for 6 years. It definitely does work. And then once you actually get approved to sell the category you want to sell in and the brand that you specifically want to sell, you're actually going to be able to go ahead and start selling those products on Amazon. And that's where you'll want to start using Boxum. So Boxum basically tracks all your profit and your sales and all that kind of stuff. You can see this is like what my dashboard looks like right now. But I want to go ahead and walk you quickly through the process of actually getting these products shipped off to Amazon. And I'll show you some hacks that will help you make sales faster than the average Amazon seller too. So let's go ahead and create our shipment. So we're going to start sending these products into Amazon. What I personally do for most of my items is Amazon FBA, where we just make big boxes through Boxum. We ship it off to Amazon and then they receive it and ship it out to customers when those items sell. If you want to make those sales as fast as possible and you don't mind actually shipping it out to the customers when it sells, it's a great idea for testing new items, testing the concept, making those sales as fast as possible. You can switch to FBM right here. And this simplifies it a lot more. I'm just going to show you guys how to create the FBA shipment, but basically with FBM, you're just going to list the products about half as many steps as we're about to walk through for FBA. The reason why you'd want to do this is so that you can make those sales as fast as possible. Maybe you buy an item, you're able to get it while it's on sale, then you can still restock the item while that low price that you're buying from is still there. Versus with FBA, there's a little bit of a lag time in terms of actually getting those products off to Amazon. Because obviously, since we're sending these products to Amazon through FBA, we'll have to wait until it actually checks in at Amazon for us to be able to make sales on those products. One thing that you can do, and you can actually only do this through software like Boxum, is take advantage of 2D barcodes. And I'll show you where this comes into play, but it basically just adds an extra barcode onto your FBA shipping labels. It's going to look like this right down here. And when Amazon receives this, it just helps them see what's in the box a little bit easier. Just one of those things that kind of in my business has helped me make sales on FBA items a couple days faster. So since cash flow is super important, definitely check that out right there. Something that you can only do through Boxum, because even though Amazon even recommends that sellers should be using 2D barcodes, they don't give us a way to create them for some reason. So definitely just take advantage of that. But let's go ahead and quickly walk through the process. So let's go ahead and say that we want to sell this item that we were finding profitably on Amazon. We're going to go ahead and take the ASIN of this product. So you can get it from the URL, you can get it from SellerAmp, and you can also search by the title, the UPC, whatever you want. ASIN's usually the easiest. We're going to go right there. We're going to make a new SKU right there. We were buying these for $13.60. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I have all my costs and all that stored here. I'm just going to go ahead and say we're listing 10 of them. I'm going to also say that we have 10 of them in a case already. So Amazon doesn't make us basically split it into different boxes. I'm going to store my supplier in there. I'm also going to go ahead and store today's date in there because that's going to go ahead and create a custom SKU, which basically as I'm going through and managing inventory, I remember, where did I buy that? And try to restock it. Or, hey, how much did I pay? Can I afford to lower my price by $1? Or should I raise my prices to make sure I'm profitable? All that good stuff. And then since this is a makeup, vitamins, that kind of thing, you'd always want to put an expiration date in there. You can usually see the expiration date on the product. If not, you can use something like Check Fresh to punch in like the lot number. It'll show you the expiration date. Or in most cases, I'll just take a low estimate on the expiration date, something like makeup. It usually lasts a while. We're not going to have it for more than a few weeks by the time it checks in. We can just go ahead and punch that in as an example here today. Let's go ahead and add that product to our batch. And then you would just repeat this for as many products as you want to send off to Amazon at once. You can send 1 unit at a time. You can send 5,000 units at a time, whatever you want to do there. Go ahead and continue. And we're going to say, hey, Amazon, we got 10 of these that we're sending to you. Which warehouses do you want us to actually ship them into? In this case, it wants us to ship these to California. So I'm going to go ahead and confirm that. And so this part of the process is where Boxum really comes in, saves you a bunch of time. We can just go ahead and bulk assign a lot of these to certain boxes. So we've got 10 of these. We've got 1 box. You punch in your dimensions, all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it as that. That's also going to automatically print out all the labels you need. So it prints out the FBA box label, just like this. Take this box label, put it on the outside of whatever box you've gone ahead and started to put things down into. Just make sure you don't cover the seam of the box where like a warehouse worker is going to cut it open. That's basically the only rule there. And then also before we put these products in the box, we need to go ahead and print our FN SKU labels. And so you can take care of that right here. Just go ahead and print those labels. And then when you do that, you're going to get a little label that looks like this. We're just going to go ahead and take this label and we're going to put it over the UPC barcode on the product. Or in this case, since it's pretty small, you probably put it in like a poly bag or something like that. And then put this label on the outside of that bag. Whatever you think you need to do to make sure that the item is secure and the Amazon workers can actually scan that label when it shows up. Repeat the exact same process for as many products as you need. And then we're just going to go ahead and continue on. Once Amazon has received all that data, we're going to be able to go ahead and buy our shipping down here in the bottom right. Since this is a pretty light box, it's costing me like $1, a little over $1 a pound. Usually you want to try to get 40 to 50 pounds of products at least when you're shipping into Amazon. That's where you'll start to see the ideal shipping rates of anywhere from 50 to 80 cents a pound is typically what I see in my business. And that just comes from filling up boxes with more than 10 items here in this case. If you only have a couple items, that's where listing these items via FBM probably makes a little bit more sense. You're not paying a ton in FBA shipping, but then we can just go right down here, accept those shipping charges. And then this is where we're going to go ahead and print our UPS box label so that after we've sourced all these products, we've ungated them, all that kind of stuff, we just go ahead and print that label right there, put that right next to our FBA label on the outside of the box. Then we can go ahead and schedule a pickup with UPS or take it to the UPS store if it's what's on your way to work or something like that. Whatever you got to do to get that box into UPS's hands, and they're going to take care of the rest. Amazon's going to sell these products for you, and then you get to go back to step 1 of finding more profitable products, and it scales from there. So now you know how to find products and start selling those products as fast as possible. If you're serious about taking the next step towards making money on Amazon, make sure you check out a free trial of Boxum and SellerAmp down below. Those are the tools you need to run your business and make plenty of money. And by the way, if you're super deep into a YouTube binge about selling on Amazon, this is your sign to actually go put it into practice. If this is YouTube video number 50, please go try to source these products. You're not going to learn too much more by watching a ton of YouTube videos versus just getting the reps in. If you do have any questions, comments, anything like that, drop those down below. Would love to chat with you down in the comment section. And also hit the subscribe button on the way out if you want to help me out for completely free. But I really appreciate you watching this video, and I will see you next time.